Alright, YouTube. Today, nigga, we gonna be reacting to the luckiest people who survived the impossible. Bro, I don't even know what the fuck that even means, bro. Fuck you talk about you survived the impossible, bro. What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Stephen, an experienced truck driver from New Zealand, was working on his truck. He was positioned between the truck's bumper and the trailer when something crazy happened. He slipped and fell, but something felt off. He didn't feel just regular pain. He felt his body inflating like a balloon.
What?
Doubling in size. His colleagues and his son rushed to help him, quickly realizing what had actually happened. Stephen had fallen onto the brass valve that supplies compressed air to the truck's brakes. The valve punctured his bum, forcing pressurized air.
Oh my gosh, you got fucked by a goddamn pressure washer. That has to be unlucky, bro. Like, how does that, bro? You know, there's no way, bro. Out of all the things you could have hit, bro, that shit went up your fucking ass, and you start getting fucked by air. I'll be damned.
They immediately shut off the air supply,
I'll be
laid
damned.
him on the ground, and called an ambulance. Unfortunately, both emergency vehicles in the area were occupied, forcing him to wait in that state for an entire hour. When he finally arrived at the hospital, doctors understood the severity
got fucked by
of his
air.
condition. The air had separated fat tissue from muscle, filling his abdomen, chest, and even the spaces around his lungs, heart, and behind his eyelids. To help him breathe, doctors inserted a tube through his ribs and into his lungs. As for the trapped air, it had to be expelled naturally through farts, a process that took 3 days.
Nigga had to queef him out. Dude, I'll be damned. I'll be damned just laying in the bed, bro. And they're like, I'm like, oh, I feel this one coming. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hold up, hold up. Like, bro, I'm not farting for 24 hours straight, bro. You're out of your mind. I'm not farting for fucking eternity, bro.
Stephen made a full recovery, and doctors later determined that if the valve had punctured another part of his body, it could have damaged a blood vessel.
Yeah, but he would have been fried.
Joan Murray. Joan Murray was an experienced skydiver, having already completed 35 jumps.
I completed 40.
It was supposed to be just another routine dive, and as she plummeted at 120 miles per hour, she attempted to deploy her parachute. I say attempted.
See, bro, this is bullshit I've been talking about, chat. With my fucking luck, my parachute wouldn't deploy. And then with my second luck, my secondary wouldn't fucking deploy, my nigga. I'll die if I went skydiving, chat. I'm telling you, bro. The world is out to get me.
After multiple tries,
I'm telling
she
you.
reached for her reserve parachute, which, to her relief, deployed
See?
successfully.
See,
however, another problem quickly arose. She began spinning uncontrollably, causing the parachute's cords to tangle into a knot, rendering it useless. She crashed into the ground at 80 miles per hour, and upon impact, she heard a loud crack before losing consciousness. Joan fell into a coma
Oh
and
my
was rushed to the
fucking
hospital,
gosh!
where doctors performed multiple
Holy fuck! Bro, this nigga fucking, damn!
complex reconstructive surgeries and blood transfusions. The entire right side of her body was crushed, yet incredibly, 2 weeks later, she woke up from the coma and made a full recovery. The reason she survived was just crazy. By pure chance, she landed directly on a fire ant nest, disturbing the venomous ants. In response, they came out of their nests and swarmed her body, stinging and biting her over 200 times. Fire ant venom, known as solanopsin, stimulates the nervous system. The overwhelming amount of it that was injected into her body kept her heart beating until paramedics arrived, saving her life.
Nigga, you got saved by ants? Nigga, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll start an ant farm, bro. I'll start worshiping ants like they're like something, my nigga. I'll be like, oh, like, don't touch my ants. Oh, my nigga, what the
Margaret
fuck?
Guire.
Hey, hell nah, bro. How does that even happen?
Just married her husband, Herbert, in 1915. To celebrate, they decided to take
Full
a trip
recovery?
and boarded the RMS Lusitania.
Bro, that's a Titanic, my nigga. What year did it take place, bro? 1915, my nigga. How do you even know this shit even happened? Are you serious, my nigga? This shit was over 200 years ago, bro. And you're talking about this shit, bro. This shit did not happen,
1915.
Bro. This shit did not happen.
They decided to take a trip and boarded the RMS Lusitania in New York City, bound for Liverpool. They were enjoying their trip, having a routine dinner on the ship.
Nigga, that's the
when
Titanic.
Suddenly, they heard a loud boom. The ship had been torpedoed by a German submarine. Herbert immediately escorted his wife Margaret to a lifeboat, where she was joined by 3 other women and a baby.
Yo, get those bitches off my shit. Get off my boat. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I was with my girl and I had to hop on a safety boat, nigga, I'm taking anybody that hops on the safety boat with me, my nigga. Get your own safety boat, nigga. I was here first, bro. First come, first serve, fuck, nigga.
However, as she looked up, she saw the ship's massive smokestacks above them, and she feared they might collapse onto their lifeboat. In a moment of panic, she climbed back up the stairs to the deck, while Herbert, believing she was safe, boarded another lifeboat with other passengers. As the Lusitania rapidly sank, Margaret tried to swim away from the wreckage, but her efforts were in vain. A whirlpool formed as the ship submerged, pulling her and 2 other men into one of the smokestacks. Miraculously, a sudden explosion from below blasted her back to the surface, where she was spotted and rescued by a nearby lifeboat. As she looked around, she saw Herbert in another lifeboat crying, believing she had died. Julie McSorley.
Nigga, that ain't luck, my nigga. You just, nigga, you just a dumbass. Nigga, you almost just died because you're too scared. Scary ass little nigga.
Julie McSorley and Liz Cottrell were kayaking in San Luis Obispo, California, drawn by a spectacular event, humpback whales feeding on fish in the bay. There were lots of people in their boats and kayaks watching the whole thing. And even though whale watching is a popular activity, it comes with important safety precautions.
Who the fuck whale
Experts
watches?
recommend staying at least 300 feet away from the feeding zone to avoid dangerous encounters. Unfortunately, Julie and Liz misjudged the distance. A tightly packed swarm of fish, known as a bait ball, suddenly moved alarmingly close to them. But they weren't the only ones to notice. Their presence had also caught the attention of a humpback whale. Before they had time to react, the whale lunged forward to swallow the fish, but in the process, it also scooped up Julie and Liz. Trapped inside its massive mouth, they probably thought that they were about to be swallowed.
Bro, imagine being inside of a whale's mouth. Bro, that's some shit you only hear in a movie, bro. Like, are whales' mouths even that big? Bro, this shit gotta be comic. This shit gotta be comedy, bro. This shit cannot be real.
Humpback whales can grow up to 56 feet long, a huge size from a human perspective. However, despite their enormous mouths, humpback whales have relatively small throats, only about the size of a human fist.
Wait, you got all that mouth and you got that lame ass throat? Man, that's some lame. Nigga, I don't want no top. Fuck out of here, small ass throat.
Capable of stretching to just 15 inches in diameter. They also lack teeth, meaning the 2 women weren't crushed. Luckily, a whale's natural instinct is to spit out anything that isn't fish, and that's exactly what happened. Moments later, Julie and Liz were spat out from the whale's mouth.
Nigga, I ain't lucky, bro. That's not even lucky, bro. Nigga, that's just life. Nigga, you're not gonna die either way. Nigga, you weren't gonna die either way. Let's keep it a sack, bro. Let's keep it a sack, bro. Because in the whale's mouth, bro, I'm pretty sure they have oxygen in. Right? When they have oxygen in, they're fine, my nigga. And then they don't have teeth, my nigga. They got fucking toothbrushes as fucking teeth, my nigga. And then they got that fucking 15-inch ass fuck, nigga. The worst that's happening, bro, your foot gets stuck in there, bro. You're fine, bro. You're not. Nigga, they weren't gonna die.
Matthew just wanted to be part of the story. Factory for a routine shift.
Nigga just wanted a story.
Upon arriving, he immediately got to work. As he walked past an automated conveyor belt, he suddenly felt his overalls snag on something. Unfortunately, it was the conveyor itself. Before he could react, he was pulled onto the belt and dragged toward a 5-inch opening. Dude,
he got pulled freaky style, bro.
Within seconds, his entire body was forced through the narrow tunnel. He could hear the cracks of his bones as the machine spat him out on the other side. Miraculously, he remained conscious. Matthew's agonizing screams alerted his co-workers, who rushed to the scene. What they saw was horrifying. His back was broken in 2 places.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck? How did bro live?
His pelvis, ribs, and hips were nearly completely crushed, and his abdomen was severely torn. He was rushed to the hospital, but doctors had little hope for his survival. They even advised his partner to prepare for the worst. However, against all odds, Matthew survived. After 6 surgeries and a month in the hospital, he slowly began to recover. 18 months later, he made a full recovery and even returned to work.
Bro, I would now go back to work, my nigga. I'm suing. Nigga, what? Can you even sue for that, bro? Can you guys even sue for that? No. No, you're a dumbass. You have no lawyers. You're broke as shit. Okay.
Taiba, a young Indian girl, went out for a walk when she came across a construction site.
Indians are bad.
Intrigued, she decided
I have nothing to say about them.
The site was filled with when she came across a construction site. Intrigued, she decided...
Yeah, you're a dumbass, bro. You deserve to die. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If anything would have happened to you, bro, you'd completely deserve it, nigga. What the fuck you going inside of a construction site for, bro?
Explore the area.
Are you stupid?
The site was filled with debris and half-finished structures, making it extremely risky to navigate, especially without proper equipment or experience. As she walked through the site, she tripped and fell neck first onto a long metal rod protruding from a brick. Bystanders witnessed the horrifying scene and immediately called for an ambulance. When Taiba arrived at the hospital, doctors were left stunned. Miraculously, the rod had missed all vital nerves and blood vessels in her head. After a 35-minute surgery, doctors successfully removed the rod. Amazingly, she was discharged just 3 days later. Had she fallen just a few inches further forward, she would have died. Frane Selak. Frane Selak is an elderly music teacher from Croatia, and he's both the luckiest and unluckiest man on earth.
What?
His first crazy experience happened in 1962 when he was
nigga
on
had
train,
two? Yeah, this nigga's a main character, bro. Who the fuck is this nigga? Is this nigga still with us, bro?
On the track,
nigga's a main
caused the train
character.
to derail and plunge into the freezing river below. Most passengers either died in the crash or drowned in the submerged.
Nigga, that's a lawsuit, bro. Nigga, you making me ride a train that has unfinished train tracks? Are you dead ass? Nigga, I'm suing.
Train, but Frane miraculously survived with only a broken arm and managed to swim to shore. In 1963, just a year after the train incident, he was on a small plane when, mid-flight, both engines failed. As the aircraft went into
a year after? Nigga, stay at home. Just stay at home, bro. Clearly the train didn't work, my nigga. The plane not working, bro. Nothing gonna work for you, nigga. Just stay at home, bro. Play the game, bro. Do something, my nigga. It's over for you, bro.
Malfunctioning door blew open,
it's over for you, bro.
Frane out of the plane. Without a parachute, he must have thought he was going to die. The plane crashed into a hill, killing all 19 passengers on board. However, Frane survived by landing on a haystack, escaping with only minor
If I was the niggas that died on that plane, I swear on everything I'm haunting you. You got pulled out by the fucking air suction, my nigga. Let me come with you. What the fuck? Nigga, are you... Nah. I die.
Injuries. 2 years later, in 1965...
2 years... Nigga, stay inside your house, nigga. Nigga, get wrapped around the bottle in a fucking bubble, my nigga. 3 times?
Traveling on a bus that was crossing a bridge. The icy conditions caused the bus's wheels...
So this nigga said, okay, air don't work. Trains don't work, so you hop on a bus. Nigga, just stay at home, bro. Just, nigga, don't even go outside. Nigga, walking might even make you, nigga, just, nigga.
Lock up, sending the vehicle crashing through the safety barrier and into the valley below. 4 passengers lost their lives, yet Frane survived once again. After multiple accidents involving public transportation, he decided to rely on his own car.
Why don't he just sue? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Chad, this nigga could be a billionaire. Sue the train niggas, right? That's like a cool, like, what? That's dead as like a cool, like, 40 mil. 40 mil right there, right? The plane, nigga, that's it. The plane, my nigga, you're the only person to survive. All their families probably gonna, nigga, that's a cool, like, 120 mil right there, my nigga. So you're already chilling, like, on 200 mil. Nigga, then the bus, my nigga, I'm suing the world at that point, bro. I'm suing the world. Nigga, I'm getting my money. I'm getting my money.
Find that it wasn't any safer. In 1970, while driving, his engine suddenly burst into flames. Miraculously, he managed to...
Dude, like I said, bro, stay inside your house, bro. The world clearly does not want you outside, bro. The world does not want you outside, bro. The world do not want you outside, bro. Just stay inside the house, bro.
Jump out in time and survived, but this wasn't his only brush with fire. 3 years later, in 1973, while...
Bro, this nigga Light Yagami got the death note on this nigga and somebody keeps on burning his fucking piece of paper. Last second, this nigga's burning a piece of paper. No, like, I switched you, this nigga got literally Light Yagami on his ass.
Another car, the fuel pump ruptured, causing yet another fire. This time, the flames were blown directly toward him through the air vents. Despite suffering burns, he once again managed to escape.
That's a lawsuit.
As if that weren't enough, in 1975, he survived being hit by a bus. Then, just a year...
You got hit by a bus? Nigga, I heard that shit pay out well, my nigga. Minimum $500,000. Nigga, you live, bro. Like, I swear this nigga's a millionaire.
Later, he had another near-death experience when his car fell off a mountain road, plummeting 300 feet after a careless driver forced him off the road.
That's a lawsuit. Like, bro, this guy's the lawsuit final boss, bro. He's either the lawsuit final boss or, like, bro, nigga, you done took all your chances, bro. Stay your ass inside the house, bro.
Car exploded.
Nigga, there's no Uber Eats back then, bro. I get it, bro. Like, I don't know what you want me to do, bro. Clearly, the world don't want you here, bro. They, like, bro, I swear the world is like bipolar to this nigga. They want him out, and then last second they want him here, bro. Which one do you want, bro?
Upon impact,
you want me here or
managed
not?
To survive by jumping out of the vehicle's window mid-fall and landing on a tree. And by the way, he won the lottery in 2003. If you liked this video, subscribe for similar ones or join...
That shit gotta be AI. That shit gotta be AI, nigga. I refuse a nigga that. I refuse a nigga that lucky lives. I refuse a nigga that nigga might be me. But yeah, YouTube, bro. I'll catch y'all niggas, bro. Comment down below, nigga, if y'all niggas like this shit. Come check out the stream, SterlingQueso, my nigga. And I'll catch y'all niggas in the next one. Peace out!